Here we have with us Mr. Raj Manek, Managing Director, Messe Frankfurt India. This is the second edition of Automechanika that they have organized in New Delhi. The first happened 2 years ago, if I'm not wrong. So the 2013 and 2015 Automechanika, how do you measure the growth or the situation of the Indian automotive parts manufacturers and aftermarket especially?
I think the show really reflects what's happened in India. So we've doubled the size of the show in 2 years, and we have now 426 exhibitors here, of which was 200 last year, the last edition, and 171 of the 426 is internationals. So in both aspects, with the government initiatives of Make in India, the Indians are now obviously doing a lot more in India, but I think the message is spreading because globally people are very interested in India and the Indian market and sourcing from the Indian market. So for us it's a great success. We need now 4 days of successful visitors, of course, to make it an overall success, but our participation level has been fantastic, phenomenal.
What is so great about participants at this show? Suppose an Indian auto component manufacturer comes up at this show, what is he going to return with?
The idea of Automechanika, not only in India but worldwide, is we deliver the right buyers, we deliver the right visitors. That's very important. We spend a lot of time and effort making sure that we get through the doors in those 3 days or 4 days that they're at the exhibition, the right buyers who are going to give them not contracts but major contracts. And so I think that's the key benefit. It is a trade show. It is only for the business buyers. It is not for the public. So we pride ourselves on keeping it very, very niche and trade.
How do you see this show in India, and you have it in China, you have it in Thailand and different countries? How different are these? And when do we see that it is going to be as big as it is in China?
I think to be as big as in China or to be as big as in Germany, first and foremost we need a little help from the government with infrastructure, because we don't have the halls here. The venue to make it to the size of 150,000 square meters net, which we have in China, for example. So we need a little help with the venue, but to be honest, I don't see any difference in what we have done in the first two editions that what they did in China. So if I give you a comparison, in China the first edition was 3,000 square meters. Our first edition was 4,500 square meters. We have gone now to 9,000 square meters. So we are on the same path as China was, and India has the same population as China, and I think more so India has more potential. So really your dream and my dream is the same. I think the only obstacle in the way of this being a mega show is infrastructure.
But we see when Indian Automechanika show do not get that kind of presence from the international manufacturers. We see very less number of international participants. What should be the reason for this?
Do you think so? 171 companies here, 171 international companies representing 17 countries in the second edition. I think I'd have to correct you on that. I think you see very good international participation here.
But if we compare with your other shows,
yeah, I think it's all shows go through a cycle where it's like a baby growing up, and as the baby becomes known, you have more and more people joining. And I think this show is only in the second edition, and we have achieved a lot. I think by the time we get to the fourth or fifth edition, you will probably see a 50%, or if not more, international presence in the show. And I think that is just a normal aspect of a show growing, and it takes time. So you can't shortcut this. The quality of the show, the word spreads, and as word spreads, people join. It's always the way.
You have another show in India that is called Automotive Engineering Expo, if I'm not wrong. The next expo, what would be the highlights of next Automotive Engineering Expo?
That's automotive engineering is in Chennai, and it really again highlights the Make in India philosophy. So here, what we're trying to do is again do the same scenario, is encourage these automation companies who are producing the aftermarket components for specifically for the automotive industry to look at new technology coming in from internationally as well as the technology in India, and to up the game to produce quality more efficiently and quickly so that they can meet the demands of this industry. So again, the Automotive Engineering Show, the highlight again will be just new technology.
What kind of new manufacturing technology that we can expect to see in the next edition? And what kind of participation we expect next?
Automotive engineering is an existing show which we acquired in 2014. So we're building that up, and it's we're adding new segments to it. I think the technology side, what you will expect to see is very much new machinery that's coming in with better processes for building up your components. This we're very much targeting to bring in some of our international colleagues, not only from Europe but also from Asia, to introduce this technology and these processes into the Indian market. Not that the Indian market doesn't have all of them. In some of the companies you have in India are far better than some of the Europeans. But I think if you look at the small, medium size, this is where we want to try and hit and see if we can raise their competence level to meet international levels.
Thank you so much, Raj, for talking to us. Wish you all the luck for next show.
Thank you very much.